Thank you, Chairman. I'm Aaron Rotich, represent the good people of Seretut and Whip, Karibuni sana.
And I'm Kibet Boswin Hillary, MCA Jeblanget Ward, and a member.
Kibet Peter, MCA Kapsuser Ward, member.
Beatrice Chepkemoi, member.
Anthony Ruth, MCA Gipkelian Ward, member.
Secretariat, kindly introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Kuri Bernard, Research Officer.
Good morning. My name is Kimetor Liston, Ansat Officer.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Abraham Langat, Deputy Clerk in charge of Administrative Services. And Chair, before I proceed on, allow me to declare a conflict of interest. The Chief Officer before us this morning was a classmate. We schooled together in the same high school. The CC as well is a close member to me, so I wish to declare that interest. Thank you.
Will it interfere with...
Exactly, Chair. It will not interfere with the proceedings. It will not interfere with any investigations of the committee. Because it's a duty for me. It will not. Should it be, then I will excuse myself and leave this gathering. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. I'm Stephen Jeriat, head of budget.
Good morning. I'm Luis Mutai, the principal clerk.
Good morning. I'm Cheron Owini, legal officer.
Morning. I'm Diana Mutai, Sergeant at Arms.
I'm Kenwatich Girish, Sergeant at Arms.
Thank you. And since we had your names when you were taking oath, there is no need for you to repeat the names. Now, before you is pending bills committee, which was formed in this house through a motion, so that we can be able to investigate the current status of pending bills and the previous status of pending bills for the last 3 years, so that we can be able to report to this house. We have terms of references that we are adhering to. I would like to read for you so that you can be able to capture and understand what we require. This committee is ascertaining the pending bills for the financial year 2022-2023, financial year 2023-2024, and financial year 2024-2025 from all the county departments. We are also ascertaining all the requisitions for the last 3 financial years versus the expenditure. I hope you are capturing what we require. We also want to verify all procurement works undertaken in the 3 financial years. We also want to ascertain all procurement works done in the past 3 financial years. We also want to determine what was paid in terms of works, goods, services, including consulting services, by obtaining IFMIS statements and any other valid documents. We also want to deduce the pending bills that have already been settled and provide proof of settlement per department per financial year. We also want to establish the outstanding pending bills on budgetary allocations for the said outstanding pending bills per department per financial year. We want to establish the effect of the settlement of pending bills on proposed new projects and approved projects in all county government of Kericho planning documents. We want to find out the causes of pending bills in each department and propose mechanisms that ensure that practices that occasion pending bills are minimized. This is not limited to disciplinary processes for state officers and public servants responsible for plunging the county into the pending bill cycle. We will propose a roadmap including county legislations on how to tame the menace of pending bills in county government of Kericho. The report will be tabled in this house after the 30 days from the approval of the motion. Thank you very much, Waziri and CEO. First of all, before we proceed, we would like you to update us on the status of pending bills for the last 3 financial years from your department. Thank you. Welcome if you have those. And I also believe that you submitted the documents that will guide this house and also help us to understand more about your department. Kindly proceed.
Good morning, honorable members. I would like to confirm that we submitted the report that will support this process through the CS, and we believe it got in here. We followed up and we found that it got in to your offices. I would like to say that insofar as pending bills is concerned, the Department of Trade has endeavored at all times to ensure that we are able to pay whenever it's possible. And to this point, we don't have any pending bills for 2020, the years that have been said there, 2020, 2022, 2023, 2023, 2024, 2024, and 2025 is the one that we are in at the moment. So we have complied with the law that says that the first charge every year that comes in, we ensure that we ensure that we have dealt with the pending bills for the previous year. Yep.
So you are saying you don't have any pending bill in the last 3 financial years?
We don't.
Okay, but now you supplied a document.
Yep.
That is general reporting. When you look at number 2, it is saying not paid.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Does it
where it is not paid, there was an executive order that year that transferred a section of the department from the Department of Trade to the Department of Agriculture. That is a section, cooperative section, and it was transferred with all the dues that were still outstanding for payment. So we have a note that actually tells us which ones were done on the date 25th of October 2023. The 5th of October 2023, the department transferred this section, procurement files for cooperative section, and there were about 10 files that were transferred with the dues that were still outstanding and which would be paid by the Department of Agriculture.
Because
that's one of them, Chair.
When you look at number 3, number 3 was still captured as a pending bill in cooperatives department because they appeared before us, and here it is saying it is paid.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yep.
The one for supply and installation of 2 disc pulper machine, Kipkele and what?
Yeah, I think if I can read it, the files that we transferred is not among them, so we had paid at the Trade Department.
Now, why can't you provide a clear list of, because you are a department who have staff, and I know you must be updated with anything that is happening with the department. I don't think when a committee is formed is when you run around to harmonize document. You should come up with a very clear that this one has been transferred to this department, because why is it appearing again under cooperatives as a pending bill? Yet in your department, it is paid. Does it mean that there's maybe, is it an oversight, or somebody is trying to also claim the same through another department?
Yeah, it's something that we'll confirm because there is no claim in our department on this one. And we have the proof that we paid in the department.
And
Honorable Baron?
okay, Rob, okay.
Okay, Honorable Baron, then Honorable Pasuben.
Thank you, Chairman. And I think Karibu Waziri and the CEO, we need proper clarification, because I remember the document, as we can see probably like for number 12, the document that you submitted to this Honorable House, number 12, number 13, 14, and 15, they are saying not paid. All of them are not paid.
Yeah.
And you've said all these files could be with the which department? Can you confirm? Probably. Then number 2, as you confirm, there are also number 6, because when we interrogated the Department of Cooperatives, they were clear that they've paid. But then others here that wasn't captured in cooperative are now supposed to be handled by your docket. Now, I suppose you are very sure that the ones that you've indicated as a department that they have not been paid, because the status is not paid, or like number 12, 13 not paid, 14 not paid, 15 not paid. And remember, those are the projects that were done. I haven't seen the financial year. No, somewhere 2023, 22-23. To me, 22-23 already, you had already assigned other duties to the cooperative. So these ones are under your docket. So maybe you can confirm, because these financial years are squared nice within your department.
Thank you, member, honorable member. I would like to say that number 12 up to the last one were not paid in that year, but were paid in the following year as part of the first payments, and we have documents that we have actually submitted to you.
Which one?
Yeah.
We've not seen any document that shows that they were paid.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. This was now on the 23-24.
Okay.
The 324, the first one is actually those items that were said to not have been paid in the previous year.
Oh, so this was paid probably in the subsequent year?
Yes, the following year.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yep.
Chairman.
Yes, Vice Chair.
Let me request the Secretariat, you need to avail schedules 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24, 25, 26, I think. You have them. All the schedules from 21, 22, 22, 23. Yeah.
So what do you have to say about the item that I asked about, this one that is indicated as paid, and in the Department of Cooperative, it is a pending bill, not paid. Can you kindly comment about that?
Yeah. I think this is something now that we'll need to engage with the Department of Agriculture and do a conciliatory arrangement. Let's check that this actually pending in that department, but we have actually paid according to us. We'll confirm that one, Chair.
It is not only this item, eh?
Yeah.
I only captured this one, but there were around 3 items or 4 items that is being claimed as pending bills, but here it's like it's paid.
Yep. We'll check that one, but we for sure we have a document that we had sent to the Department of Agriculture to handle the cooperative, that any outstanding payments as at the time of the transfer of the section, the cooperative section to agriculture. So we'll confirm that one.
Chairman, I think as per the document that you submitted, Chairman, this one, the one that you said you paid, the companies that are listed for the 4 companies, I have seen the total tabulations is 8 million, 8.4 million.
Yeah.
As per what you wrote. But if you can go through the columns of the ones that were owed by the contractors, I've seen it is 4.9, 1.0, 2.4, 4.9, totaling to about 13 million.
Yeah.
What could be the problem that you're giving us? It is 8.4. Could there be anything that, can you confirm?
Yep.
It cannot be 8.4.
There was an outstanding payment for the years outside this stipulated period, because this was something that had been picked by the audit and was still pending because of the Senate requirement. So the first one there was actually at the 4.4 million had been held back for 2019-2020. 2019-2020, isn't it?
You see, Waziri, you are confusing this committee, because you see, if you can give us this document showing that 8.4 million was paid, well, when you check in the records that you've given us again, it is saying 4.4, 1 million, 2.4, 4.9, adding up to about 13 million. What is happening with a figure of about 5 million that have not been captured?
Sure. That 5 million refers to the retained market, which I just said was outstanding from the previous year. So I think this is an addition issue.
You see, we talk with facts.
Sure.
You give us words,
Agreed.
while we can check and see the documentation that you presented.
Agreed.
It's actually two different versions. So can you give us something that shows that? Because we need to account for the 5 million.
We'll do that one, Chair.
Now,
The
again, to also support that, when you put the total, it is over 8 million.
Yeah.
I think it's almost 13.
Yeah.
And you have said this tender of construction of accessible latrine and renovation of work at Chemosot Market by Kokul contract is 4.5 has been paid. When you come to the other document, the first document on number 12, construction of an accessible pit latrine and renovation work at Kokul, at Chemosot by Kokul, not paid. So you are giving us again two versions of a statement. You have a record of not paid, and you have a record of paid. It is the same company.
Paid in that year, 2022-2023.
Yes.
But that payment was done in 2023-2024.
Maybe what you need to do is have clear documentation.
Yeah.
Say that when you have this, you say 2022-2023 not paid.
Yeah.
But now you indicate the year of payment in the same page.
Okay.
So that we don't confuse the two documents as a separate reporting.
Agreed, Chair.
Yes.
So what happened to that 5 million?
Now, in terms of computation,
we'll reconcile that one.
But already that is already something that I
True. I agree,
you want
Chair.
to recall the document.
and furthermore, as you are consulting, kindly enlighten us again. You mentioned something very important that it should be captured again clearly in this house. You have mentioned that Senate did something. What is it exactly? Can you explain to us? Was it an audit query? What was the problem?
If you go to 2024-2025, 2024-2025, that 13 million is there. The 6 million is actually arising from a project which was related to the refurbishment and construction of shops, stalls at Retained Market, which had been done sometimes in 2021-2022. That was before, and it was an audit finding that the Senate was considering. And then when it was approved is when we paid in this particular year. That is 6.2 million.
The first one in 2024-2025.
Yes, the first one.
So you see what was the query about? Because you mentioned that the query was about the one in Chemosot, and now you have...
that was a confusion. I'm sorry, Chair.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the query was on Retained Market.
Yes.
I know the query. It was about incomplete
Yes.
The Auditor General reported that the stores at Litin Market were incomplete.
Yeah.
At that point,
Yes.
Was it resolved?
When it was resolved is when we now paid.
So is the market ready? It hasn't been completed.
The market is ready.
What is the status?
It's now, it's not yet working, but it's within the purview of municipality, Litain municipality. So we'll be working together to ensure that it gets started.
So what is the issue now with the one for Chemosot Market? The one that you
No, the one for, I mean, I looked at it, the page that, you know, in the 2022-2023,
yes,
it was treated as not paid.
Yes.
And then we had another document for 2023-2024 payment, which was actually dealing with the outstanding payment for that previous year. So we were dealing with that one as a first charge for payment. So it's actually, it was an oversight there.
So until the computation, what is the issue?
This is the project is complete.
No, the computation, the one that Honorable, because instead of you putting the right figure, you are putting 8.4. How true is this figure? Why are you putting 8 million instead of the correct figure of around 13 million?
We'll harmonize that one, Chair.
Do you have any answer for that?
We can harmonize that one because there is an error in, there's a mix-up in the addition there. But if you look at it there, the outstanding payment for 2022-2023 was 8.4 million. And when you sum the figures there, there is an error in the summation.
Chairman.
There's an error in this.
Chairman, as Waziri is presenting, when he took an oath, he confirmed to us that what he was going to tell us is the truth and nothing but the truth. And again, along the way, he's confirming that there are mix-up in what he's presenting. Is it still the truth and nothing but the truth, Chairman?
It is, except for the error in the summation of that figure, 8.4. If we'll harmonize this one.
Is it an error or was it deliberate?
No.
Because you are the CEO and the CCO are the experts in that department. There is what we call attention to details. And I know before you do anything, you have to be very sure of what you are doing, because when you report to us that it's 8 million and you are very confident, before you came here, as a CEO and CC, you should be having these facts at fingertips.
True.
So that when you even go through the documents, you can sense that there is an error.
True.
Because you understand your department very well.
True.
Even when you are working in town, when you are coming to the county assembly, you know, even before you look at the reports, you should be aware of your department. These are only 4 items.
I agree with you, Chair.
Chair?
Yes, Honorable Gladys.
I rejoined what Honorable Moses has said. You've just taken an oath, and you're aware that the contractors appeared before us just the other day, and you've said that in your department you don't have any pending bill. Is that true?
It's true.
There are 3 projects that were handed over to us by the contractor associations. For the year 24-25, 2 of them, and 23-24, and they are saying they've not been paid, and the documents were fully documented. And it is not in cooperative, it is in your department, that is trade.
We, as a CC, I'm not personally aware of that claim.
Chairman.
Nobody has come around. No contractors.
Yes, Honorable Gripat.
I don't expect such a question to be answered by the CEC. It should be answered by the accounting officer, because I'm very sure if there is any contract going on which was done, you really found it in the office and you must know this or you disapprove this. That is the accounting officer. I'm perturbed that the CEC is busy trying to answer questions in which you are supposed to be the one answering. The accounting officer should also tell us the commitment of the funds to retain board. Why is it entered double, paid and unpaid? Is it a bleaching item? We want to know why is it actually appearing as unpaid as well as paid. Now, that is the good answer will emanate from the accounting officer. This 2023-2024 project from Cognac by the name Kosi and Sichu Limited, fully documented. Are you endorsing or you are not? Is it new to you? If it's not new, why haven't you paid this particular contractor? Yet the work was done at 2023-2024. Why is it still appearing as a pending bill? Yet you claim there is no pending bills.
Let me, and I want to invite you to the same documents that you gave us. First of all, Honorable Gladys has read to you the 3 contractors who claim to have done something, and they have not been paid. One, and you know these contractors, they appeared before us. There is one called Kuskong who did the market in Ainamoi. Now, I want to invite you to the documents you've given us. One, in number 11. Number 11, there is number 11. I wish you paginated your documents. Number 11, completion of markets, sheds at Ainamoi, Kuskom. So it is 95% complete, not paid. Now, I want to invite you to number, again, there is a number 4 in one of the documents. You can take it down. Proposed construction of 6 number of market stalls at Ainamoi Ward, Kuskom. It was open, 2.9 million. It is claimed to be fully paid here, but then the same contractor gave a bill. Of course, this one is 1.49 million, and it is actually here, it is not paid. So what I'm simply asking, and it was done in 24-25, a financial year. Now, you're telling us you don't have a pending bill, or these are the things that you've processed. You know, I want you to confirm. Is it what you've processed? It's awaiting payment, so that we know.
Kindly answer.
I think through Waziri, and I sincerely respect protocol. That is why Waziri is asking now, but I'm answering the question. One, for the financial year 2024-25, you, honorable members, you agree that we are yet to close the financial year. And my understanding of a pending bill is that it is a work that was done at the close of the financial year, but not paid. So for me, I invite all of us that 2024-25, we are yet to close the financial year, Chair. And for this one, for 2023-2024, to the best of my knowledge, Ainamoi work was paid. Yeah, that is interesting because the financial statements are clear. And he didn't, because it was an open communication even to the association, those who have pending bills to submit even to the department. So in as much as they were presenting to the honorable members and to the assembly, we expect the same contractor to have copied us, because to the best of us, we paid.
Okay.
Thank you.
I now get your CEO. Anything to do with 24-25, it is currently under process. Now, I want to invite you to 23-24 in Cognac, 3.4 million. That was a market share, 23-24. Of course, done by a contractor called Kosi and Situ Limited. Then, CO, 2425 again. In my own word, and I'm happy to be sitting in this committee, there is one, and I even attempted to call him. There's a contractor by the name Leon Vengers, who claimed to have an LSO for a border shed. Personally, and you understand, I did 3 border sheds, and they are paid. That is the previous financial year. They are paid. But then this one, he claimed to have an LSO in my own word for a border shed. You know, the first thing that I asked him is where you are renting this border shed. Because the only thing that I wanted done in my ward is a Kitere public toilet, which is complete now. And I ensured I appropriated, because that is in my ward. Now, this contractor claims to have it here, and it is, in fact, it is captured. It is captured in. It is captured in what you've submitted, Buonasio. So I don't know what are you trying to. What are you trying to tell this committee? Let me get you the claim. The claim is in number 24. You go to number 24. Fully documented, not paid. And that is in my word. And I never had even such a thing. How can you answer, sir?
Yeah, with a lot of respect, Honorable Borogony, because we had a conversation, I and you all the same. The work was finished in the FY 23-24, but now due to we had the first charge of pending bills we cleared, but now in the FY 24-25, it was a first charge, and we paid. So because I still get surprised that they submitted there. According to us, we first charge all the pending bills that were in 23-24. We did a first charge for them, and including one of the service providers in your ward. So I think maybe
no, you're not getting me. In 24-25, I know that contractor did not get paid in 23-24, but you paid him in 2024-25.
Correct, sir.
And it is number 2. You go to number 2 of 24-25. In fact, that list, inaenda mpaka number gapi? It only goes up to number 6. That was even pending bills, But that fellow has been paid 1.3 million. I had appropriated 1.5.
Yeah.
That one I have no problem. Now, I want to invite you to this one. This one in number 24. I do not have such a project, Buonasio. But somebody has an LSO. So where is he going to do for the border shed in my ward?
Well, through Waziri, I'll do due diligence, because the work that we have done.
Yeah, I want to give to, maybe on that, it's very important to also, for us to see the procurement plan. Okay. And also, if you are there to the, what is in ADP and CIDP and schedule. Because in the schedule, there are projects that maybe are forwarded by the members as per priority per ward. Yeah. I don't know whether you are there to it. Perfect. So you need to also furnish us with that information. Let me give it to Honorable.
Okay, thank you. The question I'm directing to the CEO, the accounting officer. CEO. Okay, as an accountant myself, I'm so curious when there's difference in figures. And I want to take you to the general reporting on the financial year 2023-24. 23-24, works done. Number 5, on fabrication and installation of 11 number market stalls at Kapsoit Market, Kapsoit Ward. The figures were not paid at that time is 1.475252. Is that okay? Kindly check. Now, on the paid pending bills, that's the year 2024-2025. Number one, not number one, number three, the amount paid is 1,420,252. Yet, initially, 2023-2024, it was 1,475,252. Are we there? What was the difference? What about the deviation?
Oh, okay.
Financial year 2023-2024, number 5.
Okay. Okay, I think because this variation is usually given by the QS after sending a team of inspection. So in the award, we give the figure, but now when they go for inspection, they will score. And there are some that brings variation. I'm sure this is not new to the honorable members, that what we pay is the final report from the QS. And therefore, that figure could arise as a result of that.
So you are not aware of the...
Yeah, so there was no money lost.
CEO, concerning the same, if the variation goes high, this one happens to be down. If the QS give you a report to be on a high, will you also pay for that one? Or what happens?
Definitely, Mheshimiwa, you know, especially like taxation can come in along the financial year. You will agree with me, because you've been in service for a while, is that whatever is in the bill of quantities that the QS has given may not be a true reflection once the project has been executed. Because there are other factors, you know very well. It could be weather, it could be slope, it could be the current prices, it could be so many other factors, Mheshimiwa. So what we pay now is the final report from the inspection team and the QS, because the QS is supervising the project every other time. So you agree with me, but in the engineers, usually there's an error. Let me call it an error, or an expected variation. So sometimes there could be variation, and the team sits and I mean, for example, this was work according to the bill, and then it rains heavily, the structure collapses. The work has to be done, but the QS will have to justify in writing when he's giving the final certificate of the work done.
I think I note what you're asking, that the variation there is coming down instead of going up. So it's something that I think we'll go look at it and see what was the query in terms of the inspection done by the technical team. So we note that one, Chair.
Yes, Honorable. Chairman, I want again to invite the CC and the CO, 24-25. That is the one that is from number 1 to number 6. You're that page? You're in the page, right? Now, there is this issue on number, the same number, that is the proposed fabrication and installation of 11 number market stalls at Kapsoid Market, Kapsoid 1. And if you go to number 2, for example, this is proposed fabrication and installation of border shed at Sigawet Hospital Gate and Kubernetes Center, Sigawet, the 1, right? Now, when you try and check all the figures, now the total summation of the projects, the 2 projects. Now, this is 2 sheds going for 1.3. No, is it 2? No, but what they wrote here are 2. They said Sigawet Hospital Gate and Kubernetes Center. I think those are the ones that you wrote. Now I'm reading on what you gave us.
I want to help the member. I did 2 border sheds in Sigawit and 1 in Kebeneti. So, and it was 1.5, but the cost of doing those was 1.3. And I appropriated in my schedule. So that one is done. I have no contention.
Now what I'm asking, Rogon, I think you need to get me clear. I'm talking about the ones that were submitted as per the document that the department gave us. There are only 2, what they indicated, right? Could be they are appropriated differently, the other one. Now, on that note, between the two border sheds or 3, and the 11 number of stores, stores at Kapsuit. Now, if you can check on the BQs, I'm wondering how come 11 in number containers are going for 1.4, and those are 11 in number, and the 2 border sheds or 3 going for about hardly the same amount. What could have been formed, the 11 number, what could be the cost of 1 store? I want to understand 1 store going for how much? So that at least some of us there would be interested in probably appropriating come the end of this month. So that at least I know the cost of a store could be going for this month. I can also appropriate probably in this year's budget. So can you tell us the cost per store? It comes to it.
Okay, thank you, Mheshimiwa. You will first agree with us that the materials required to construct a shed, a stall, are different with the materials that are to construct a border shed. So the QS, which I want to, through Waziri, appreciate your interest in supporting our department to have more sheds. We will invite the QS who will give us the nitty-gritty, the finer details, because this is a technical person. And the other factor that also comes in, Mheshimiwa, are the topography. There are so many other factors that comes with it. So I want to invite you through our chair.
CEO, you know, I'm also a technical person, and that's why I'm interested in knowing, so that at least I can appropriate. Because you see, you know, we are developing now interest. We were talking with Mheshimiwa here, and he was also interested in probably knowing, because he was saying he wants to put somewhere in Kipostuyo. Okay. Also more stores in Bureti. And I'm also interested in doing the same in Kapsusa. So if this is the amount, but is there the 11 stores?
Sure.
Is it done?
Yes, because the inspection committee went and inspected and done.
I think it is very interesting. I will also appreciate the same.
Yeah, I think what we can do, Chair, through the Chair, is that noting from the questions that have been raised now, it's important for us as a department to go down and standardize. Look at the best way and say, we talk about shades, we know what the shades would consume in terms of cost and what the stalls would consume. And that one will now be easy for us to, when we are rolling out the next one. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I think I also noted the same.
Yep.
I saw where there is a 14 market stalls, number 12.
Yep.
Where it is costing around 3.4 million. And I think I saw where there is 11 market stalls, where it was costing 1.2. I think I saw something like that. I was also asking myself, why is it 11 stalls is costing around 1.4 and 14, which is only additional of 3, is costing almost 3 point something.
True.
Yes. Because if you look at number 3, 2024-2025, fabrication and installation of 11 number of stores is costing 1.420. And you look at in the year 24-25, that is number 12, is proposed fabrication of installation of 14 number of stores, and it's costing 3.4. So does it mean that additional 3 will double? Or what is what's the variation? Look at this number 12, and when you look at 2024-25, number 3.
Chairman,
yes.
What I wanted to do is, I know if you look at the schedule, I want to invite you to the schedule, Kapsoit Ward in 23-24, the honorable member had allocated 1.5 million. If you look at 23-24 in my own ward, I had allocated 1.5. When I called on the QS, Kikwai, to go and check for me and give me the numbers, he gave me a total bill of 1.3. So, you know, it fitted my budget. I'm also sure for CAP, so it may be the design of the shades. The 11, he had allocated 1.5, and the cost was around 1.4 million. In 2024-25, if you look at the schedule, the honorable member on Project Shir allocated 7.2 million to trade. So maybe he knew what he wanted to do with regard to the trade department. And the design, what I can only say, Chairman, is on a fact-finding mission, we can visit Kapsoit as a case study, so that we want to see the shades that were done in the other financial year and what has been done that this financial year that we're in, or 2023-24, because it will help to vindicate the department.
I would like to concur with the member, Honorable Rogon, and as I said, if we go around all the shades that have been constructed in various wards, they are not of the same standard. Some have been used different materials depending on the instruction. So as you said, it's important to have a case study and identify what kind of standard you would like to have so that we can replicate it anytime we are doing the shades. Yep.
Now, apart from that, when you compare, because we also do other projects in different departments, I want to bring attention of, for example, particular trades. When you compare the ones being done in education and the ones being done in trade, is has different figures and different standards. Kindly consult the Department of Education so that you'll be able to analyze, because a photo particular train in education costs less than 600,000, and they actually do standard. I believe members can witness that, because we are also doing comparison. So what's the difference in costing per department? Could it be that it is very expensive to do a particular train in trade, or is it cheaper in education? So you need to harmonize across the board, so that you don't feel that the one for trade is a bit expensive. Again, come up with a standard, a clear standard across, whereby when you go to, for example, cigarette soil, you will identify that this one is trade and has same standards and same maybe quantifying. It might not be same because of maybe distance in materials and the rest, but the difference might not be so high. Yes.
Chairman. Chair. Sorry. Honorable, in terms of the picture latrines, the one that is being constructed by trade will differ from the one constructed in education, because it depends on the number of doors and also the users. So actually you expect a lot of variation. Maybe I wanted only to invite you on the works done 2024, 2025. Yeah. 2024, 2025. I've gone through, and I realized that in the last column you say words, which word you are taking work on the place. And the first item you cited to be Kapsorok ward. I've never heard of Kapsorok ward in Kericho County. So maybe you'll clarify for us which word is this. Secondly, it happens that I'd allocate some money in your department, and I appreciate the work done so far. But the challenge before that, when we met with the CEO, told me your work will start very soon. Then I was so shocked. Which work? You told me that I had suggested that we do renovation of toilets in Kapsuser Market. I'm so surprised that you have not known the demarcations and the boundaries of each and every ward. Because my money was supposed to be a renovation of a market toilet in Kapsuser Market, and the market lies under Serete Cheptruriet ward. So please be conversant with the boundaries, otherwise some MCAs will be losing their allocations in terms of the jurisdictions. Thank you.
Let me give to Anthony and then I'll give to you. Yes.
Thank you, Chairman. Mine is on pending bills before the financial years in question. Did you have pending bills before the years in question? Some people may have done some works before the years in question. If you have pending bills in those years, what is your take on the same? Because if they provided services and they have not been paid, don't you see that they also have a right to be paid? This one is your own general observation as far as pending bills is concerned. We are all aware that pending bills in our county is an elephant in the house. In your own view, what mechanisms are we supposed to put in place so that in future we don't waste time and resources discussing about pending bills? Thank you, Chairman.
So let me give to Honorable Gilbert so that you can combine. Honorable Gilbert. Can you proceed?
So what I want to say is that, I would like to answer this as a new person in the executive. Trying to use a new eye here and say, okay, what are we doing here? The first thing is that we must make sure that whoever does the work has invested and he has put in money. Would like during my time to ensure that we pay them when they have done their work. We'll ensure that we guide them through the processes so that we don't get to the end of it and find that it's not possible to pay because of a failure in some ways. So we'll work together with the contractors to ensure that we are able to pay because they have completed and justify through the inspection by the technical team. Knowing that they have invested their own money and that money has to go back. So that's something that as new person in the executive will try to work together. We'll also work with you as the members of county assembly to ensure that all these are actually done and we are all in agreement and in harmony to harmonize the way we operate in our department.
Through the chairs, you are answering that. There's a pertinent question.
I would like to
about pending bills.
I would like
you have pending bills down there.
No, I would like to come to that one. We don't have any pending bills before the years in question, and the one that we had was all paid this financial year. Yeah.
Now, you see, there is a task force report
yeah.
that was presented, and it showed that at the end of 31st December 2024, your department did not have pending bills. What was the issue? Did you have any programs at that time? And if there was no programs, why did you not roll out programs during that period?
And this is something that we'll need to all agree, that the pending bills sometimes have consumed the current year budget in the early stages, so it's not easy to roll out. And this is something that we'd like to ask us to question as a team to ensure that any pending bills does not consume the current year budget, and to allow us to start rolling out the projects that belongs to the following year or the current year easily, is to make sure that if it was, and I guess it's going to be possible going forward, we ensure that we minimize any pending bills going forward, or even make a provision for payment for that. Yeah.
Chairman, let me give to Honorable.
What are the mechanisms in which you've really put in place to avoid the pending bills? Because some contractors are really telling us that they are doing work without any documentation. And documented work definitely will never be paid. And if documents are to be made in the coming financial year, it will be a direct consumption of that financial year's budget. True. So unless there is a clear mechanism in your department that the works which are being done are fully documented, because if we have some pending at the moment, definitely those are the pending bills in the coming financial year. And I want to combine to what you said, Waziri, that these structures and shades or stalls have different building materials. Don't you have a standard material to be used in building the same? Because in the education department, they have a design, first of all, the materials to be used. Like we left the bricks, and then we are just now in a better building than before. Don't you have also a standard material to be used in the department while doing that? Because we find a different structure being done by the same department in Tendelo, and when you come to Vishara, it is a different quality again. I think as a department, we should have a standard way of doing those works to allow us to have now a clear costing. Because what happens is that it can be very cheap in some other word to do that on a structure, and very expensive in another word, which of course it will be a different treatment with the contractors.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I think I concur with you, Honorable Gilbert. This is, I'd said before during my presentation and submission, that we would like to get to a point where we'll have a standard structures of sheds that we can just roll it out. We would only fit it into the budget, so that when there is a request for sheds wherever, we shall only say this is the cost of a shed, use these materials, and this is the size, this is how it can, and it can only be dictated by the topography of the area that is established in. So I agree with you, and and this is something we'll work with the departments of roads to design those standards.
Maybe on top of what Mheshimiwa Ngetich has raised, like we had dilated on those issues, like number one. Remember, we saw 2024-2025, 11 number containers going for 1.4. The same year, 14 number container stalls going for 3.4 million. So you are very sure, Waziri, because you see, we will pay a visit. And therefore we need proper, because you see, the moment you say both of them could be of different design or qualities, and we want to ascertain that they are all equal, the same material used and the same everything used. It will be another issue. So it's good to be very honest and say probably the QS could have quantified based on his own view, or it could be the sizes, the other ones are broader, the other ones are smaller, so that at least we can go, because we will see the mandate of this committee will also be paying them a visit to ascertain whether the material used are the same. Because it's good that in records that it has been shown that all of them are complete. Now, total up to 25 in number, right? In Capsoid. So I want to confirm and hope that the 25 in number are all from different sizes and probably different materials used. That one, we wanted that clarification.
Yep. I think that's very clearing, and I think we will take that with us.
Thank you. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chairman. Let me then ask you, do you people do in your programs outside budget? Because I want to invite you to something very intriguing. Number 31 and number 32. Chairman, you can go there. Number 31 and 32, proposed construction of border sheds at Soliat. The honorable member doesn't even have a budget, but already documentation in process. In Ainamoi, the honorable member has 1.5 million. I'm sure he knows where those things are going to be done. I want to invite you to number I think the Besonic word, so that you know the member doesn't have a budget, but already are proposing to do border sheds. Number 18. Number 18, fully documented. So I'm simply asking, and then the last one, Waziri, and this, why we are doing this, we're trying to avoid unnecessary bending bills. I want to invite you number 29. Number 29 is proposed fabrication of tourism attraction site signages and within Kericho County. The company was given Limrock International. It is for 2 million shillings. I don't know, can you give us an opportunity? We visit the various tourist attraction sites, because one, it is not, I come from Sigawetsoin, there is not a single signage that shows a proposed or a tourism site, tourist attraction site. So why are you doing this? And in fact, the shocking thing is you've already paid. Can this be one of the subjects that will then invite us to really look into how you people are conducting business?
I want to agree with number 31 and for Soliat because of the supplementary 2 schedule. But what I want to...
Supplementary 2?
Supplementary 1 schedule, the honorable member.
This is after supplementary 1.
Okay.
In fact, if you check what we did after supplementary 1, you can see if you look at this document, Chariot, the CC, bursary is not there. You can see bursary is not there. It means in supplementary 1, bursary had been removed. In the main budget, we had bursary, but in this one, this is the final document after we did supplementary. So, are you, and in fact, Chariot, in my word, number 24, I want you to do away with that, because one, unless the department wants to construct for me a border shed, I'll give you the site. But I didn't have the budget for that. But what the budget that I have is for a public toilet, which is not even captured, and toilet is complete. We are going to open, but it is not even here. So you can substitute the border shed with the toilet, because I captured here, I allocated some money. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then lastly, I called Dr. Rob.
I did a boda shed in Kebeneti. A villager has vandalized the whole thing. He has converted it to become a carriage, and he opened an M-Pesa. That is misuse of public resources. I want to, in fact, I don't want to come with a statement. After this, arrange and go to that site, let him redo the job, and leave it as a boda shed.
Okay, I think we will correct that one. On
Moses.
Thank you so much, Chairman. Mine is just to invite the CEC and the CO to a fact that when the budget estimates comes from the executive to the assembly, it comes as a bill. Once it is deliberated and passed, it becomes an act. Once it is signed, it is law. Letters are there to the
Order members, the meeting is in session, and
so that if I don't allocate money for a project, for example, in my ward, then you come and construct for me a project, leaving genuine person who had allocated money. I think I don't wish that we invite confrontation in that direction. I thank you, Chairman.
Okay.
I think I agree with you, Honorable Member, and it is something that you know, these are the documents that we have had. We'll be looking at them and going forward. As part of the plan for us is to ensure that we really work together to ensure that we are in agreement in whatever we do, so that such a thing doesn't appear anywhere.
Finally, on the direction of budgetary absorption, from
members, order
22,
we are the meetings in session.
From 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, we are in a very critical year in a cycle of an electioneering period. Kindly, as we approve the 2025-2026 budget, we want to see the fastest rate of absorption as compared to the previous years back. Thank you, Chairman.
Did you respond to the question that Honorable Rogon asked on the list that you don't have any budget allocated?
Yeah, allow me to. I think one of which I want to request. You know, there's some emergencies like for Honorable Rogon. He will agree with me that his first intention was the shed, and then when there was the demonstrations around, we consulted Honorable Rogon, and we had to provide the toilet. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that we consulted. So because our first intention was to have the boda shed. Then here is an aspect of the demand by Kiptere market, demanding a toilet. So in as much as we want to adhere, you will agree with me that there are the emergencies, and you agree with me, Honorable?
Okay, Chairman.
Yeah.
So Felix, who is the contractor claiming that he has an LSO for a boda shed, is the one doing the toilet, because the toilet is complete. That was my concern. Because if you check, I might agree with you. The only project that I have in Sigawet is one, and it's captured here, but as a boda shed, but not the toilet. So I'll find out, because that project is done. I think you did the best.
Thank you.
But then I want you to go to Kebeneti and ensure that man reduce the shed.
Okay.
Members, I think we are in a meeting. Kindly, we want to bring order. I cannot entertain. When we are in a meeting, we have one meeting. Honorable Kemoi, Honorable Tarimbo, Honorable Paul Chichir. I don't know why. I think there's a disturbance in the meeting, yet we are conducting a very serious business of oversight. Kindly, when a member is asking a question and there's a response, kindly let have one member at a time. Otherwise, we need this meeting to be orderly, and I will give every member a chance to ask a question, and the CEC and CO respond. Let's be orderly, honorable, and if you are asking a question, kindly indicate to me so that I can give you a chance.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, as we appreciate the work that's being done by the department, I'm going through the schedules. And I want to confirm from Waziri, the CEO, whether I've seen award that appropriated 3.9 million here, being given works like for number 21 and 22 for 2024, 2025. I've seen these are two works of 3.4 and 3.4. And again, if you go to number 7, all have in one word of 1.4. So those are adding to about 8 million, and they appropriated 3.9. I don't want to mention award because, like I mentioned the other time, that you are doing a commendable job in stalls somewhere. It's not good to mention award. But I also say, remember I said when I said about the stalls, I want mine to go and do the same in Kapsusen in a very good light. I thought it is very clear that the records are there. But then what could be the difference there? I don't want to mention award again because it's good to mention using the number. Thank you.
Can you respond?
Yeah. One of the challenges that will agree with me is that when we normally have the ward visits, there are wishes that are made, and in as much as you are an honorable member, and sometimes you even promise that this one is going to be work, and then you come to the department and we discuss. So I also want to request that we will give you further clarification, but we are discussing with the honorable member that now he will allocate in the schedule.
No, but how do you allocate when the allocation is 3.9 and you are giving the board 8 million? What do you do with the funds first to go and to procure works worth that much? Difference of 6 million.
Okay.
Could you even appropriate 9 Kapsusen for a payment? Yeah, can you explain that? I think this is a very serious issue that we will need to talk about it as a committee.
Yeah, Mheshimiwa, I think that he has responded to as much, but we would like to also look at it, the risk of doing this one, especially when we go to development visits and we tell the people we're going to do this one, then sometimes we come and sit down and do this one.
Waziri, I believe you understand the procedures that normally happen in the county government.
Yes.
Is what you call public participation.
Yes.
You cannot just do a project that there is no public participation.
Yeah.
There is what is called CIDP.
Yeah.
We have ADP, we have CSP, we have a budget, and we have procurement plan.
Much obliged.
Why do you dish out programs and projects to anybody or any ward when you go to ward visits? That's not a good procedure. In fact, it is like being used for political reasons, because projects cannot be done basing on what people demand at that site for someone to get favors or make a name using public resources. You should tell us, was it done procedurally? Because when you say public demand, anybody can ask for anything, but you have to do, including on an airport and everything. Again, was it budgeted? Because there must be resources. The reason why the schedule is done, Honorable Member, kindly, when the chairman is talking, kindly hold on, I'll give you a chance. When we do budgets, the reason why there was a schedule is because of unfairness or unfair distribution of projects in the county. And this is where to solve the issues of unfairness. When you look at the totals of the budget per ward, is almost the same across the county. The only difference is when you come to the departments, you will find that every representative will allocate resources depending on the priority per ward. So kindly you need to give us a sufficient reason why there was an extra use of resources in one area. Again, there's an issue that concerning a proposed construction of aggregation park, and there's a query that came up from the Auditor General on the 41 million. I don't know who gives you power, because I know contribution was 250 million from the government and 250 from the national government across the country. And here you have 41 million that you did added from your department. Who gave you the power to do that? And what have you done? Because it's a query and it should be rectified. Thank you. Okay.
The chair.
Let me give to Honorable Anthony.
In addition to what the chair said, always we have a schedule that guides us as far as appropriation of funds is concerned. My question is, where did you get the extra money that you did, that you used to do works in some specific wards? For us who never allocated any money to the Department of Trade, nothing was done in our wards. Do you want to tell us that you have extra money that you can be able to use in other wards, and yet for those of us who never appropriated any money in the department, there was no works. There were no works which were done in our wards. So in fact, that is a very serious concern.
Thank you. Honorable Kemai.
Chairman, I think it is good also to be objective in these works we are doing here. We have to call a spade a spade. And if we compromise, I think we are heading nowhere. One, CEO, when you see the border sheet we did in the last financial year, in relation to what we did this financial year, there is a clear indication that the one you procure this time round is much below the one you procured in the last financial year. For example, the shed you did in my ward, there were 3 in the other financial year. That is in Kapsuser. We did 3, costed 1.470 000. The one we did in this financial year, on the same in Kapsuser, I did 4, coming to 1.7 98260. So if you divide 1.7 to 4 and you divide 1.4 to 3, it shows that the one we procured the other year is much higher than the one we procured this year. What could be the reason? Number 3, prove to this house that you can over procure works. in your department. And for example, the one Honorable Haron have said, and I don't fear quoting the word because we are here to do the oversight. That is Kunyak. Is it because you are coming from that area? Which allocation did you use? And we have to tell ourselves the truth, because we are here to represent Kericho County, and we need all the fairness to each and every ward. If we adhere to the schedule, each and every member allocate some specific amount, and if you didn't allocate any amount and works being done in your area, what does that show? So it is you to execute as per the schedule provided by this honorable house. But going against shows that you don't have respect to other specific words. That is a clear reflection. So we don't have to fear, because if you do like that, you will be impending bill for the next financial year. Maybe the honorable member from Kunyak will not allocate any funds in the next financial year. Which account will, and you have said, first charge will be the pending bills. So which funds are you going to cover that pending bills? Which means you will hit my account, and there is no work which has been done in my area. So that one should not be, give us to be disappointed when we quote some words who are benefiting from these other departments. So we are mentioning this in relation to what we budgeted for, and you have to be clear on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, because we want to wind up, I will only give to 3 members who have requested, starting with Honorable Gilbert, Honorable Aaron, and Honorable Vice Chair, in that order. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I was saying what the Honorable Kembai was saying, that Kunyak didn't actually appropriate any funds to the department. And like, for example, myself, I appropriated 1 million for the works going on in the market, which I must applaud you for the good work which is going on. I've seen Kapsoid 7 million. Now, I think if there is someone serious, is this word, Kapsoid, who has really appropriated funds up to 7 million, whereby we can be trying to see the kind of works being done there, but it's worth the 7 million. It is actually well considered. But now when you go to Kunyak, you decide to have could be the savings and do some work in Kunyak where there is zero appropriation. It is a great discouragement to the members who are really appropriating funds, seeing a concern in that department. So if at all you wanted to really make someone happy, I think Absolute should have been made happy by even adding 3 million to be 10 million, to encourage us now to be appropriating funds there as per the schedule. When we go to the zero word where there is no appropriation, I can say there is some political swings you really follow. Because in Sigawit, you said some woman asked for a toilet and you ended up doing a toilet. Meaning you don't follow the ADB, neither are you following the schedule. Whenever there is an abra of a toilet, you go do there without considering the schedules. So it's like you are telling us our people should be coached to be asking in the social media for you to work, which is a very bad thing in that department. I think you should really work for a schedule. If Rogon had no money for that toilet, where did you get the money to do that toilet? It means, again, you've given Dragon the savings, but he needs the structures. As he speaks today, he really needs the structures. I don't know whether the toilet is done, but he needs another money which he appropriated for the structures. Now, department, trade department, we want to be giving you, if the sheds in which you did encapsulate is what it takes to really appropriate funds, I think we will do more. Because those are very good shades. And I wanted also to complain, but I have seen 7 million in this Bagila award. I had never seen. But now, let's work on the standard quality shades. A standard quality shade. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Aaron, so that we can finance by Honorable Robert.
Thank you, Chairman. And just to conclude, because you see, like what the CEO had said, is I'm very much I don't know shocked that the CEO is saying he will be factoring the extra amount that was given to other awards to next year's budget. But CEO, I want to say, let's be very candid here. You know, the amount that we appropriated before this Honorable House was 32,866,453 vis-a-vis the allocation that you already given out as a department of that 7,619,852 as per your document. Now, it is clear, Chairman, that the variation or the amount that was overprocured is 4.753 million. And therefore, I don't know, Chairman, that you see now, this one is now going to create probably a bending bill come next financial year. So I don't know how CEO would say about this. I would want you to say something small about that. And then lastly, out of this, I want you to give us as a department. There's this issue called alcoholic drinks and beverage. We are informed that the amount that you collect as a department, out of 100%, we are told that you are consuming at source, at the point of collection, at tune of over 80%. So 90%. Therefore, can you say, I want you to say something as a department, because you see, we cannot be collecting money, let's say like 17 million, for example, and you use 15 million. You know, that is, I don't know, you are killing this county. So therefore, I need you to say something about that before we wind up. You need to say something about that, because you see, we cannot be collecting 17 million and using 15 million. So what was the need of us collecting? We better get rid of that collection and start other things as a county. So you need to say something about that. I wanted to hear from you. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Let the member
respond because part of it. Now, your department, Waziri Cheruiyot and CEO Rob, is in charge of markets and anything related to your docket. Now we have that already. You are a revenue stream. We have single business permits. It's under you. The market fees and anything. We have the legal licensing. And let me just bring you up to speed from the report of the Controller of Budget for the 9 months, that is as of 30th or 31st of March. What we collected as single business permit is 12%, that is 87.67 million. BASPAC is 10.9, but BASPAC is currently managed by municipal board. So let me. But then we have the market fees 1%, that is 8 million. Car park outside the county, in all the other towns. So house rent is 6.4 million, 1%. What I'm simply saying, in fact, the legal licensing, we are getting nothing. It is not even captured in this report. What are you trying to, what is the strategy? Because we want to improve on the own source revenues. Do you have, can you tell this committee what you've done as a department to ensure we collect what is due for the single business permit, the market fees, and anything
that is related to weights, and we have as revenue weights and measures. It is not even captured here because it is not featuring even. So I only want to say here from what Kamaru said, Honorable Nantich. I appropriated 700,000. It was meant for border, but we changed for the toilet and it is complete. So I'm just saying it because he was concerned.
Okay. Now you can respond, then I can make the remarks, then I'll give you a chance to make final remarks. Thank you.
And they should confirm the word absolute.
Yes.
Kindly you add in your comments.
Okay. I think what I can make, and this is my appeal, especially on the schedule, which is my suggestion, is that we'll try to marry to harmonize the schedule versus the ADP. I think it can be of great benefit, because sometimes the department wishes from the ADP comes, but now the schedule comes. So my input, just my input, is that if possible, the schedule and the ADP can be harmonized with the respective honorable members, and then it really makes the work easier, and also it makes the budget making process easy. That is my own contribution. We were guided, I think we were limited again to the invitation. So for the bending bills, which we really stand guided. I think every document is work in progress. Together with Waziri, we really come with good energy. We shall execute it as a department. But we as a department, we are more than ready to avail ourselves. Thank you.
And I think
on the 4.5, 4.7. The excess procured, yeah.
That's what I've said. That's why I only decided to give the positive contribution, that once the schedule and the ADP, because sometimes you will agree with me that the resources are limited. Sometimes, for example, the business community in Ngoina Road the other day, it's a big business. We as a department, we've proposed to have, for example, a toilet. And it is the wish of the department. But the respective honorable member, I remember even discussing with the honorable about our brother, advising him that you can go to the board and see how we can be able to sort issues. So the resources are the ones which are limited. You'll agree with me. But if we can be able to harmonize the ADP from our department together with the schedule, Mheshimiwa, it is of importance. For example, Honorable Kipkelion, for example. Kipkelion needs a toilet, but the honorable member has not appropriated resources in the schedule for the toilet. The same applies with a number of, Aragon is an example that you will agree with me that in his schedule, it was this item. But the wish of a department was a toilet, for example. So there are so many dynamics, and the department is constrained with resources. And I appreciate you, Chair, because you've really consulted before we work on your award, and it is important. So that is what I chose to look at the positive side going forward. There are challenges which could arise during a financial year. We will discuss, because again, these are like electorate that we want to provide service. We really hope that they can have the best service to carry the business. And it's our wish as from the technical team of the department that we want this. But now we are limited with schedule, or sometimes the schedule has a resources that is not enough to have that the department want. So we really request, and together with the engineers now, as Waziri has said, because we also rely a lot from the technical aspect from the roads. Waziri now will take charge and discuss with his counterpart on the best design, the best bill of quantities from the engineers. Perhaps the engineers can sit in a pool and together design, together with the QSs and architecture, all of them sits and say that now this one is a blueprint for project A, project B, project C. So that is a way that I can really support. And the other challenge that I can also say is that we have the constraint of engineers in the county. So sometimes only 2 or 3 and 4 are constrained. So we were requesting the Roads Department to have more of this team to make the easy work of all other departments. Thank you so much. Oh yes, we want to put on record that that was an error because we don't have a word called Kapsorok. Yeah, it's Soliat word.
Thank you. I think also because it is a project that is being done it's for the county-wide.
Yeah.
It is in Kapsorok, but it's not in, it is in Soliat ward.
Yeah.
Now, because we want to finalize, we are happy because you, first of all, agreed to come to submit the pending bills to us. What I can comment about this department is it is the department that is hosting the Mama Bola and the Boda Boda and people who are struggling to make ends meet. And again, this is the department that can help this county to raise more revenue and be able to even provide more services. You mentioned about maybe the issues that maybe wards that need to be attended, maybe the projects, for example, the toilets. What I can request the department is kindly we have a department, a committee for trade in this county assembly, and also committee of the whole house. What you need to do is kindly be engaging the members on regular basis, so that also if you have the needs that maybe need to be given attention, we can always attend. There is also a budget committee that can always make maybe provision or budget for whatever you need. You see, these members are happy when there is equity. If you can decide today to say you are doing in every ward, maybe a toilet in a market, they will not, I don't think anybody can disapprove. Well, they will always approve the money, as long as you are doing something that is fair and standard for everybody across the county. Again, there's the issue of the liquor license. Maybe you need to say something about that. Yes.
What I was suggesting, because we were guided by the invitation, we can still avail ourselves on any invitation, so that because we really concentrated on this is the scope. You call it the scope in the assembly, and we'll avail ourselves. We have no.
What you can do is just because you are in overview, you cannot. You don't want us to look in deeper into it, but just overview for members to be able to understand. And again, when we are doing any other thing, we will be able to be having a picture of it.
Okay. I want to agree that first of all we are collecting revenue, and together with the NGAO, because we really work with the national government at the sub-county. And most of the time before we agree on the premises to operate, a sub-county committee sits and they go through. I'm sure a number of honorable members either send representative or they participate. And sometimes a community declares, and for example, Cheborge, if I quote one, there was an issue that was really doing a lot of damage. And we decided now, together with the sub-county team, that let's reduce the number. And the other function that we normally do is also sensitization on together with the Ministry of Education again. There is a lot that we do. We also at the moment want to rehabilitate the addicts. We've made a communication, and it is in the public domain together with health. We have encouraged people to identify, because again, you know, the rehabilitation cannot be forced. The person must accept that I really want to support. So when they have applied, we give health. Now they'll go for medical check to confirm that this person now needs to be helped. And it is for posterity of our people. And the other thing that we have done in this coming financial year, we want to automate everything. We're working with Director ICT. I think they are coming next. We have told them we want to automate everything. that will also help us to manage the illegal outlets. Because sometimes you will agree with me that without quoting, we may say that this one does not qualify, but maybe they say that it is with this interest. So it is work in progress, but now we have asked for a module on the same, and the training has been done, and we hope that we shall engage our team, sorry, not our team, the committee assembly in charge of trade, so that we all add value. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Now, to come to a closure, I would only want to request you that I've read the TOR to you, that we want you, the committee is finding out. Okay. We will need documentation for the pending bills, clear documentation, stating the status of pending bills. Yeah. We also want to know what is in progress, so that we can focus, because the close of the year is about in the next few weeks. We'll be able to predict and see whether there will be pending bills closing to the next financial year. Okay. And again, you can briefly state to us what you are doing to avoid that, so that we don't go to avoid pending bills in the next financial year and the next coming financial years. Otherwise, we would like to say maybe by Monday, kindly submit all those documentation and let it be very clear, so that we don't have to come back to you again. Let me give Wasisi to give short final remarks.
Thank you, Chair. I take this exercise very seriously, and I consider it very important for us as a county going forward. It's been a learning exercise for me as well, that going forward we shall want to ensure that all the procurement processes comply with the schedule, so that we avoid any pending bills. We also ensure that, this is also going to enable us to roll out the projects and development early enough to avoid pending bills going forward. We also note the fact that it's important to work together as a team, ensure that especially using the subcommittee of trade in this house, or the committee for trade in this house, to ensure that we agree, so that there is a seamless relationship that will be created. In the event that we are involved in an exercise in one ward, we'll also work with the respective member of assembly to ensure that that thing is agreed, to avoid situations where there is a disagreement. And any expenditures that are not in the schedule will need to seek approval, so that it does not impact on other payments. And thank you so much, team, honorable members of County Assembly, for these exercises. We can consider it a very fruitful and something that we'll use as a department. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Maybe there's one thing I forgot to tell you, that again, there is a tendency whereby departments are implementing projects at the tail end, when the financial year is about to close. That might also look other projects. Maybe what you need to do is fast track project implementation in your departments. And I believe what I can foresee is maybe moving forward, because some of us have seen one or two things that is being done by other wards. Maybe the members might put more money in your departments because of the programs that we are seeing that has impacting the people on the ground. Otherwise, work on those issues that maybe the members have mentioned here, so that in the next financial year, we will know that the Department of Trade is performing as expected, and you will be among those departments that have led few issues regarding pending bills and even project implementation. You are welcome for lunch in our lounge. Thank you very much. The meeting is adjourned until 2:30 p.m.